Right. Gosh, it's lovely to see you all again. This is another hello, and also a hello to any of your mums and dads and grands and uncles who might be listening to this recording. Here is our Year 2 Leavers Assembly, electronically this time through Zoom. I'm Alec Williams, the storyteller and the visitor to Littlemoor, who rehearses the children in the poems. And this time we've put a smaller number of poems together, and maybe, if we can fit them in, a couple of stories. So we're starting with a poem called Arabian Nights, which has got some actions. Now, are you ready, children? We've got actions to do. We start with a ring, don't we? So here is the Arabian Nights poem. You can hear my words and you should be able to see their actions. So here is a ring on a silver dish. Put it on your finger and make a wish. Here is a genie who waits in a flask like a bottle. If you want a favor, whisper and ask. Here is a carpet that knows how to fly. Climb on, sit tight, and up into the sky. Very good. Now we've got another of our favorites, the silent teacher. And we know this one quite well, I think, the silent teacher. And again, are you ready for the actions? I'll do the words. My teacher, Mr. Raven Black, he never says a word, but he makes sure, oh yes indeed, his orders are all heard. In class, you never hear him speak. He talks with just his hands, makes finger signs and signals that we all understand. His index finger, beckoning, means, come and see me now. While hands clapped around his ears says, stop that awful row. That finger wagging to and fro says, stop it, silly twit. And both hands pressing slowly down just orders us to sit. One hand slapped across his brow tells us he's had enough. That straight out pointing finger demands, who left this stuff? One finger placed across his lips says, quiet, quiet, hush. And once I watched his careful hands cradle a wounded thrush, little bird. He often uses fingers crossed to let us know here's hoping, but one hand covering his eyes tells us he's not coping. Oh. He raises his hands above his head, surrenders once a week, and one hand cupped behind his ear says, did I hear some cheek? His favourite sign is both thumbs up to tell us we're okay. That hand extended near the door means that's all for today. My teacher, Mr. Raven Black, is great with signals, signs. You never hear him moan or groan. He never shouts or whines. He's the best teacher in the school. He'll never get the sack. So let's put two hands together for Mr. Raven Black. Three. Now then, what have we got next? Oh, this is a new poem called My Dog Eats Spaghetti. Have you been practicing this one? What they've had to practice, in case their parents listening afterwards, is slurping. Now, you might think they're already good at slurping, but we had to practice a long slurp, a bit like this. And this is called My Dog Eats Spaghetti, and the slurp is at the end of each verse. Here we go. My dog eats spaghetti. He slurps it with bliss. My dog eats spaghetti. It sounds just like this. Oh, very polite slurp. My dog eats spaghetti. He thinks it's a treat. And this is the sound that he makes when he eats. Louder. My dog eats spaghetti. He sure needs a muzzle. For this is the sound that he makes when he guzzles. My dog eats spaghetti. He eats it with bliss. My dog eats spaghetti. It sounds just like this. Let's have a really loud one. So that's my dog eats spaghetti. Here's another favourite of ours. This is the Lollipop Lady one. And I think Nancy might be being the Lollipop Lady. Oh, here she is. She's getting her jacket on, I can see. Thank you, Nancy. This is Lollipop Lady. And the chorus, remember, goes Lollipop Lady. Sorry, Lollipop Lady, Lady Lollipop. She's got the power to make the traffic stop. So there's joining in with the chorus and actions as well. Let's say the chorus together. Are you ready? Lollipop Lady, Lady Lollipop. She's got the power to make the traffic stop. When she steps out with her lollipop sign, the people on the pavement sure feel fine. They know they can go. They'll be okay. Thank you very much, is what they all say to the Lollipop Lady, Lady Lollipop. Make the traffic stop. She's there for me. She's there for you. Standing in the rain, doing what she's got to do. She makes it safe for us to cross. Halts all the traffic. Shows who's boss. It's the She's the lollipop. Let's say it together. She's the Lollipop Lady, Lady Lollipop. She's got the power to make the traffic stop. She's got the power. She's got the power. She's got the power to make the traffic stop. Lovely. Are you still there? I think you might have gone a bit quiet. that was great. Thank you for joining in that. Now we've got one of the two bubbles, because we've got a badger bubble and a fox bubble. And the badger bubble, I think, have been rehearsing one of their favourites, which is the caterpillar one. I think it might be the caterpillar one that I've done with them. And we've got Mila, Nancy, Tiana and Tyler, I think, joining in with that one. So let's have a listen to Badger Bubble's Caterpillar Rap.
Here come the baby big clap, clap, all together in the caterpillar wrap. Beetles flow and eels wiggle, dragonflies clap and millipedes wriggle. Here comes the baby big clap, 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 all together in the caterpillar wrap. Books are holly, books snails are nice, bees sing monster, wasps sing flies. Here comes the baby bee, clap, 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 all together in the caterpillar wrap. Ladybirds fly, and so does fleas. Butterflies flutter, but hornets seize. Here comes the baby bee, clap, 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 all together in the caterpillar wrap.
Oh, I'm going to give you a clap. Well done. Thank you very much. Now we've got a little break for a story now. We may only have time for one story, but we'll get one in and we'll see how we go on for time. So as a break for you, here is a book called This Is Not a Good Idea. And it's about this, which you might think is a hen, but it's a goose, a white goose. Now, you might know who this one is. this is the name of the next bubble, because this is fox. And fox, I expect you know, would eat a goose if he could. Here are the baby geese. Do you know what a baby goose is called? Called a gosling. Yeah, well done if you got that. A gosling. So the fox is after the goose, but the goslings have got a warning. Here is the fox, and he's spied the goose. And here is what he's thinking. What luck! Dinner! So he says to the goose, "Excuse me, would you care to go for a stroll?" And the goose says, Sure. Oh dear. The goslings say, that is not a good idea. Can we say that one together? That is not a good idea. Are you ready? That is not a good idea at all, no. Then the fox says, would you care to continue our walk into the deep, dark woods? Surely the goose isn't going to say yes. Oh, the goose says, sounds fun. The goslings has this time say, that is really not a good idea. So they've added one really. Are you ready to say this together? That is really not a good idea. Then the fox says, would you care to visit my nearby kitchen? This doesn't sound a good idea at all, does it? But the goose says, oh, I would love to. The goslings have put two reallys now. They've got really, really not a good idea. Are you ready to say it together? That is re. They're getting very worried, the goslings. Then the fox says, would you care to boil some water for soup? And the goose says, certainly, I do love soup. Oh, goose, what are you doing? Now the goslings have got three reallys. Are you ready to say three reallys? All right, here we go. That is... Well done, thank you. That is really, really, really not a good idea. Then the fox says, would you care to look at my soup? A key ingredient is missing. Something important is missing. Oh no, goose. Now the goslings have got 1, 2, 3, 4 reallys. Are you ready? That is... The goose says, oh, a key ingredient is missing. Are you ready? Oh no. And then the goose says, you. And she pushes the fox into the soup. it says splash, whoop, and the fox is going, oh my. And then the goslings at the end say, and I'll make it close and you can see it, they say, well, we did try to warn him. So all the time they were warning the fox because they knew how clever the goose was. Here they are, all having soup. So that is not a good idea, says the fox. Now, we've had the badger bubble favourite, so let's have a listen to the fox bubble favourite. They, I think, are going to do the disco sheep, which is another rap. Here they go. Here's the fox bubbles disco sheep.
The disco sheep danced down the street. He stopped his foot to a disco beat. I sang the rafters for the queue. I'll dance with you and you and you. I'm the best at the hip hop skip. You're number one at the sheep dip trip. All you sheep, wherever you are, shout
Super bar! And you get a big clap too, hooray! Now, a big favourite of ours every time we have a Leavers Assembly is Boom Chicka Boom. And this time, I think we've got Ivor, Henry, Tiana and Amelia to help, because we do Boom Chicka Boom in an ordinary voice first, don't we? And then we do it in all sorts of different voices. So you will hear, I think Ivor's doing posh and Henry's doing sad and Tiana's doing angry and Amelia's doing happy. I think that's what's happening. Let's see what does happen. So here's Boom Chicka Boom. I say each line and you say the same thing back again. Here we go. I said a boom chicka boom. I said a boom chicka boom. I said a boom chicka rocka chicka boom. All right. Uh-huh. One more time. Let's hear it posh from Ivor.
I said a boom, chicka boom. I
Said a boom chicka boom.
I said a boom, chicka boom.
I said
boom, chicka boom. I said a boom, chicka boom. I said a boom, chicka rocka, chicka boom. All right. Oh. One more time.
very posh. Now, let's hear Henry doing it in a sad way.
I said a boom, chicka boom.
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 I said a boom, chicka rocka, chicka boom.
I said a boom, chicka rocka, chicka boom.
Uh-huh.
All right.
All right.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. One more time.
Oh dear, poor old Henry. Let's try Tiana, who's going to do it in an angry way.
I said a boom, chicka boom. 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 I said boom, chicka rocka, chicka boom. I said a boom, chicka rocka, chicka boom. All right.
All right.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. One more time.
One more time.
Oh dear, I don't want to mess with Tiana today. Let's finish with Amelia doing it in a happy way.
I said a boom, chicka boom.
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 I said a boom, chicka rocka, chicka boom.
I said a boom, chicka rocka, chicka boom.
All right.
All right.
One more time.
One more time.
Well done, all of you. Let's just to finish, do it one more time. Hey, what we should do is, because this is a Zoom meeting, let's say, I said a Zoom, chicka zoom. Let's try that to finish with. I said a Zoom, chicka zoom. I said a Zoom, chicka zoom.
I said a zoom, chicka zoom.
I said a Zoom, chicka, rocka, chicka zoom.
I said a zoom, chicka rocka, chicka zoom.
All right. Uh-huh. No more times? Give yourselves a clap. Now then, we've got two sets of memories poems, and first up on my list here is Badger Bubble, and they're going to do some of their memories of the time that they spent in Littlemoor. And in particular, we've got Lexi, George, Tiana, Kendall, Ivor and Cody J, I think, to talk about things they especially remember. So let's hear the Fox Bubbles version of Memories of Asken Littlemoor.
I remember Christmas when Asken Littlemoor. I remember World Book Day at Asken Littlemoor.
We've been doing so many things we've never done before.
I remember street dancing at Asken Littlemoor. I remember the pantomime at Asken Littlemoor.
We've been doing so many things we've never done before.
I remember reading books at Asken. I remember washing hands at Asken Littlemoor.
We've been doing so many things we've never done before. With so many happy memories, we can all be sure we'll never forget the fun we had at Asken Littlemoor.
Hooray! Give yourselves a clap. Well done. Now, Mrs. Lee, do you think we should go straight to the Fox Bubble? And then if we do have time for the story, I can squeeze the second one in at the very end?
Good idea.
Okay, so we've got the Fox Bubble, and now you're going to hear their version of Asken Memories and some of the things that they remember most during their time at your lovely school. Here comes the Fox Bubble's Memories.
I remember reading a book at Asken Littlemoor. I remember doing science at Asken Littlemoor.
We've been doing so many things we've never done before.
I remember skipping with Dave at Asken Littlemoor. I remember street dancing at Asken Littlemoor.
We've been doing so many things we've never done before.
I remember painting at Asken Littlemoor. I remember Vincent Van Gogh at Asken Littlemoor.
We've been doing so many things we've never done before. With so many happy memories, we can all be sure we'll never forget the fun we had at Asken Littlemoor.
Whoa, big clap. Well done to both of you. I think the foxes might have just edged it on volume, but it's great to have all of your memories. Thank you so much. Now, if we're skipping the story, I'm wondering whether I should check with Mrs. Lee about Mrs. Holland, because we've got an extra poem here. Mrs. Lee, are we clear to go, and have we got a visitor?
Yes, we have. Do you want to just see the visitor?
Yes.
I think we should see the visitor. Oh, here she is.
She's sitting at the back.
Oh, is she? Okay. Lovely to see you, Mrs. Holland. I'm so glad you could join us. Here I am again in my shirt with all the melons on. But this time, as well as all the other poems we've done, we've got a special one for you. And the children, I think, have been most amused to find out that you have a first name. I'm sorry that we're using it, but it won't be for long. So here is a little poem that I put together, and the children, I think, are going to join in the last word, which is always your name. And I'm putting an extra verse of mine. So this is a poem especially for Mrs. Holland. Who cheers up our mornings each time we come in with her smiling face? It has to be. Who keeps the school office as neat as a pin and waves from her doorway? It's our lovely. We may run round the playground and make a loud din, but quietly sitting there is still our friend. If we feel a bit poorly, with pale face and skin, who calls our parents? It's lovely nurse. In bad times and good times, through thick and through thin, whatever else happens, there's always been. Can 34 years be as long as it's been? She deserves a gold medal, does long-standing. We hope that she'll send us a news bulletin from the caravan journeys of travelling. And if a storytelling poet is allowed to butt in, I'll be raising a glass tonight to my cheerful friend. To not see her at school would seem like a sin, but she's earned some free time. So best wishes to... Big clap for Mrs. Holland! Oh, wow, look at this. We've got words spelt out. Look at this, happy retirement and kisses and things, good heavens.
Thank you very, very much. Thank you, and Alec, thank you very much.
Pleasure.
Happy times, but yes, that was a really nice surprise. Really nice surprise. But thank you. For 34 years, it's always a piece of it more in my heart. Definitely. Yeah. Thank you. And
Great.
We've got them. We've got PPE in the lot. We're just getting tissues, Mr. Williams.
Oh, yes, yes, I think I shall need one myself. Hang on.
We'll do in a minute. Oh, Mr. Williams has got his tissue lot.
Thank you. No, yeah. Thank you, everybody. It's been nice that you've come into school this last week as well. I think Mr. Turner's really pleased with that.
We are, aren't we?
It's been lovely. And the boys and girls up in the nursery. I'll give you a wave.
Oh, let's all wave to each other. Wave to Mrs. Holland.
Yeah, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Alec.
Put them down. You can go if you want.
Can you go
Go
now?
and sit down. We don't mind. All right, that's fine.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Holland. Bye-bye. Now, Mrs. D, how much time do we have left? Just time for a goodbye or time for a story?
A very quick story.
Okay, this is a stork. It's a very big bird, and it's found a strange egg. Ah, says the stork, I will eat this egg. And he pecked at it. Maybe you can do some actions. Here's pecking. Peck with your finger. But it wouldn't break. So, hippopotamus rolled on it. Maybe you can roll to and fro. Hippopotamus rolled on it. Well done. Lion bit it. Try with your teeth. Nope, still won't break. Chimpanzee hit it. Perhaps you can pat your knee with a stick. Elephant stamped on it. Maybe you can stamp with one foot. Rhinoceros sat on it. Maybe you have to come up and down again, like this. Well done. I love it's popping up and down like piano keys there. Snake squeezed it. Maybe you can squeeze yourself. Snake squeezed it. And zebra kicked it. Maybe a little kick with your foot. Well, I can't get my foot higher up. Very good. Flamingo flew high into the air with it and dropped it on the hard ground. And still it wouldn't break. So finally, they all stood back to think. And while they were thinking, the egg made a cracking sound. It wobbled and a tiny cracks appeared. Are you ready? Is it a chicken? Is it a goose? No! It's a crocodile. Did you know crocodiles come from eggs when they're little? Suddenly it burst open and out popped a grinning new crocodile, snapping his sharp white teeth. The animals took one look and they fled. There's the crocodile down here. Look, it's only small, but the animals are rushing off. I thought it was a bad egg, said the stork. Just you wait till I've grown, said the crocodile, as she dived into the river with her new brothers and sisters. That's called, said the stork. And it's really time, I think, for us to wind up our assembly. We've done very well, I think, don't you? Even though I've been over here and you've been there, and I've been split into two bits, haven't I? Half of me is in one room and half of me is in the other room. But it's been lovely to be with you. And a big goodbye from me. Take lots of care, keep safe, have a lovely time in the holidays, and let's hope before long we're back to normal. I think we've got some pictures to end with, but for me, thank you for inviting me, and a big goodbye. Take care.
I am not a stranger to the dark. Hide away, they say, 'cause we don't want your broken parts. I've learned to be ashamed of all my scars. Run away, they say, no one will love you as you are. But I won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us, for we are glorious. When the sharpest words wanna cut me down, I'm gonna send a blood, gonna drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come, and I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen, I make no apologies. This is me. Another round of bullets hits my skin. Well, fire away, 'cause today I won't let the pain sink in. We are bursting through the barricades and reaching for the sun. We are warriors. That's what we become. I won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us. Oh, we are glorious. When the sharpest words wanna cut me down, I'm gonna send a blood, gonna drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come, and I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared.
You know the tears are rolling down your face, and it feels like yours was the only heart to break. When you come back home and all the lights are out, and you're getting used to no one else being around. Oh, I'll be there. When you need a little love, I got a little love to share. Yeah, I'm gonna come through. You'll never be alone, I'll be there for you. I'll be there, yeah, yeah, I'll be there for you. I'll be there, yeah, yeah, I'll be there for you. Oh, I say, yeah, yeah, I got enough love for two. You'll never be alone, I'll be there for you. When it's Friday night and the drink don't work the same, you're alone with yourself and there's no one else to blame. When you still can't feel the rhythm of your heart, and you see your spirit fading in the dark. Oh, I'll be there. When you need a little love, I got a little love to share. Yeah, I'm gonna come through. You'll never be alone, I'll be there for you. I'll be there, yeah, yeah, I'll be there for you. I'll be there, yeah, yeah, I'll be there for you. I'll be there for you. Oh, I say, yeah, yeah, I got enough love for two. You'll never be alone, I'll be there for you. When you're lost down the river, babe, I'll be there. When you're
If you ever find yourself stuck in the middle of the sea, I'll sail the world to find you. If you ever find yourself lost in the dark and you can't see, I'll be the light to guide you. Find out what we're made of when we are called to help our friends in need. You can count on me like 1, 2, 3, I'll be there. And I know when I need it, I can count on you like 4, 3, 2, and you'll be there. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do, oh yeah. Ooh, ooh, yeah. If you're tossing and you're turning and you just can't fall asleep, I'll sing a song beside you. And if you ever forget how much you really mean to me, every day I will remind you. Oh, find out what we're made of when we are called to help our friends in need. You can count on me like 1, 2, 3, I'll be there. And I know when I need it, I can count on you like 4, 3, 2, and you'll be there. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do.